You've probably run Facebook ads before. If you're a business owner, you've likely been told to run Facebook ads to generate some interest for your product or your service, to generate more leads, more sales, or any sort of additional business objectives. Now, there is a strong likelihood that after running these campaigns, you felt like you were just throwing money away into an empty pit with no results, maybe seeing no conversions, or if you did get any conversions, they were far and few between. Now, there is a lot more involved in Facebook ads in the entire funnel, but for this video specifically, I'm just going to talk you through why 90% of Facebook ads never see a single conversion. If you're a business owner, freelancer, or someone just looking to get into Facebook ads, please pay attention. There is some really valuable insight here as to why Facebook campaigns don't even get the chance to convert. The 5 reasons campaigns fail that I'm going to be mentioning today are generally quite beginner. They are not meant for your intermediate or advanced level Facebook advertisers. These are just to help business owners or Facebook advertisers in the right direction so they can begin generating results. We're not going to discuss scaling or what to look for to monitor campaigns effectively, to any sort of that detail that would be involved in proper Facebook advertising. So again, if you're a beginner advertiser or you're just getting started with Facebook ads, or you recently got an agency and you're not too sure what to kind of look for and to see if you can spot any of these red flags, this video is for you. So yeah, let's get into it. Now, it is worthwhile to mention that there are a multitude of reasons why a Facebook campaign can fail. From the first touch point all the way till the purchase event. Anywhere in between, a customer can drop off and not make that purchase, or not submit that lead form, or not click that link on your ad. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to be highlighting some of the main key campaign failure drivers from what I've noticed and what have I experienced with dealing with many clients and Facebook ad accounts. So in my experience, the number one reason why Facebook ad campaigns don't even get the chance to convert once they get started is because of really terrible ad creatives. Facebook is an inherently creative platform, a creative-driven platform. We are not talking about Google ads here where we can do text-driven ads like search or anything like that. Facebook and Meta are inherently creative-driven platforms. If you do not have quality creatives, quality videos, quality statics, quality carousels that will capture the consumer's attention and drive them to make the event or make the purchase event, make the lead conversion event that you have set out, then you are inherently setting up your campaign to fail. When a person or a consumer is scrolling through their feed and they see your ad, if it isn't scroll stopping, if it isn't telling the consumer what to do and where to click, then you are inherently wasting your money. So that would be my definitely number one first given campaign failure driver is a really terrible ad creative. So whether you're dealing with an agency, whether you're dealing with an internal team, make sure that before you even think about allocating money, that you are absolutely confident that this is a scroll stopping creative from a video or a static image, and that it tells the consumer what to do. It mustn't be a vague sort of indication as to where the consumer needs to click or where they need to go to or what the event that they need to do is. It must be visible in their face and telling them exactly what to do. So number one is just poor creatives. The second reason why most campaigns fail on Facebook ads is bad targeting or lazy broad Advantage Plus targeting. So if you are just boosting a post, or you are simply setting up your ad in Ads Manager and letting Advantage Plus complete the audience targeting and just hoping for the best because you are trusting Facebook and Meta with your money, it's most of the time going to be a complete waste of money. So this is especially relevant for new accounts, okay? If you are an established account and you know what you're doing, and you've got enough data into the system, you can definitely run some successful Advantage Plus campaigns. Now let's put that one side. But if you're a new account and you are new to Facebook ads and you have just set up your specific, your first Facebook ad campaign, okay, and you are giving the Advantage Plus, you're giving Meta the control over your audience targeting, most of the time it's going to fail. Now, with Advantage Plus, it works on data being fed back from conversion events, from clicks, from all of Meta's touch points with that consumer back, and it learns from all of those data touch points in real time. And then it feeds that back into the Advantage Plus audience targeting, so it knows who to target. But if you are just getting started, you have no data to work with, especially for your key events. So for example, if you are an e-commerce business that is looking to generate sales, you have no purchase events that have come through Facebook, no purchase events that have been recorded through that pixel. That pixel is still so green. It hasn't seen the light of day yet. So you cannot expect the Advantage Plus to work effectively when it doesn't even know who your audience is just yet. So what I would always suggest for a newer account is try and nail down and switch back from your Advantage Plus targeting to your original audience setup and do interest targeting from the beginning. All right. Now this, for a lot of new businesses, it might be somewhat of a thumb suck in the beginning, but do your research. Try your best to understand who you think your ideal customer is. If it's moms between the age of 30 to 40 who have an interest in Toyota, then start with that, okay? And with an incremental budget to test various interest audiences and see which ones are biting, which ones are generating results, which ones are not generating results, and turn off the losers, scale the winners. And we'll touch more on that in another video. But for this argument, bad targeting and giving Meta the full control from the beginning over your audience targeting is a recipe for disaster. Once you've established and once you've got enough conversion events into your pixel, then you can start running your Advantage Plus campaigns to generate results. And it definitely can assist in generating some results. But again, if there's no data into that pixel, you are not going to generate results with Advantage Plus from the beginning. The third reason why most campaigns fail on Facebook ads ties in with the reason number one, which is obviously the bad creatives, but also ties in with your landing page experience. So now imagine this. You are running a Facebook ad campaign for soccer boots, and on the Facebook ad campaign, it says get 80% off your Nike Mercurial soccer boots when you click on this link. Now, customer says, okay, great, that sounds awesome. I want to have Nike Mercurials for 80% off. Obviously, clicks on the link, then displays on the landing page a 80% off for some cheap knockoff of Nike. Okay, what is the general consumer census there? Is that it's going to be, this is a scam, this is fake, this is now not true. They're not going to trust that brand. They're not going to convert. It's a messaging mismatch. Okay, the Facebook ad communicated that it was a Nike 80% off deal, whereas the landing page communicated that it was some knockoff Nike brand, which was also 80% off, but it was not what was communicated on the initial message. Now, this is also a huge red flag and would cause a huge drop off in conversions and a massive bounce rate. Now, because from the consumer's perspective, they're expecting one thing and they're getting another. Now they're expecting a Nike 80% off and they're getting a cheap knockoff, still 80% off, but it's not the brand that they were expecting. So always, when setting up your ad creative, when setting up your campaign, make sure that the messaging that is visible on your landing page matches the kind of message that is visible on your actual advertisement, that it's congruent across these two platforms. This communicates that you are safe, you're trustworthy, you're providing the customer with what they are looking for, from the Facebook ad to the landing page itself. The fourth reason that I'm going to mention is also again tying in with the creative, but it's more so a driver so that the customer should click on your ad. And why should he click on your ad? So this is no clear offer. So if you are just running a kind of general brand awareness ad and you're saying we offer X for Y, then sure, if your main objective is for brand awareness. But if it's for conversions, if it's for deals, if it's to make sales, to drive leads, you can't just provide the customer with a general brand awareness ad and expect them to be converting like you would normally with a conversion focused ad. Now, with this kind of setup, we want to always provide the customer with a reason to click on the ad, a deal to get, a price to obtain if they click on that ad specifically. If it's a lead gen, if it's the first 100 signups get X for free. If it's an e-commerce, it's 30% off with a buy one get one free, or it's something of a value that the customer is like, okay, I need to stop what I'm doing, I need to click on this ad and I'm going to see what they are talking about because I'm so interested in that offer. If the offer isn't enticing, if it isn't clickable, if it doesn't have a direct call to action, then it will not drive conversions. We can't be under the assumption that because I might not click on it, someone else will. That's the quickest way to fail in a Facebook ad campaign. You need to envision yourself as the consumer and say, would this stop me when I'm scrolling through Instagram, scrolling through Facebook, and would this make me click to go and purchase? If that answer is no, then you should never run the ad. The fifth reason, now there are many more reasons, but the fifth reason why campaigns fail in Facebook ads is no testing infrastructure. Now, what do I mean by this? Okay, the common mistake with Facebook ads and meta ads is that you are going to set up this Hail Mary campaign that is going to drive you huge amounts of results and you're going to nail down your audience targeting on the first try. You're going to get your creative down on the first try. That is simply not true at all. Meta is an inherently testing platform. You need to find what audience works with what creative. Now, if you're a new account, which if you're watching this video, you most probably are, then you need to set up a testing infrastructure. You can have a single campaign, but you need to test varying audiences, varying placements, varying creatives. Because like I said, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what creatives are going to work. You don't know what audiences are going to work. The audience that you think makes the most logical sense to you could fall flat on its face and not drive any sort of results whatsoever. So with what I always say to anyone that's looking to run Facebook ads or meta ads, be open-minded. Test various different audiences, test things that you wouldn't normally expect. So for example, if you're selling any sort of product online and you think that your ideal kind of targeting or ideal customer profile would be any mom between the age of 30 to 40 once again, and you start running that and it falls flat on her face, the click-through rate is 0.5% and you haven't driven any conversions and you're like, no, meta ads is terrible, it doesn't work for my business. That's incorrect. You haven't tried and tested various other placements, you haven't tried and tested various other audiences, various other creatives. Now, the most important thing to remember is that one creative will work for one audience and not work for another. That is the ultimate truth of meta ads. You could think that the creative that you've done is amazing, put it in your best performing campaign and best performing ad set, and then it could still fall flat on its face. That's the truth. So you need to set up a good testing infrastructure when running meta ads. That's going to be it for this video. So I know I've just spoken about the reasons why campaigns have failed in this video and haven't really touched on more of the solutions, but that will come in later videos. I'll be breaking down all of the good stuff from the first touch point right until the end, the creatives, what best creatives to use, what audience targeting to use, all that kind of good stuff. So drop a comment if you want to have any sort of discussion, any sort of open query, anything like that. I'll be there and able to assist you however. So yeah, thanks for watching. Cheers.